Test. Guys, do me a favor. Leave a 1 down into the building if you can hear and or see me abundantly as well as correctly. Before we go in, as per usual, we're going to post this up on Instagram so that the IG family knows that we are live. New Katt Williams interview. Haven't watched it yet, so we're going to watch it together. Live on the YouTube channel right now. Come up. There's a new Katt Williams interview. This dude just continues to break the internet. Come up here. Let's watch it. All right? Live on the YouTube channel right now. Come up. There's a new Katt Williams interview. There we go. I think it's live. I'm getting good at that. You know what I'm saying? Usually I'm over here fumbling about. Usually I'm confused at what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay? It's a one-man show up here. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. Uh-oh. Let me see. Let me talk to the people real quick. As you guys are starting to filter in, and mind you, send this link out. You see that little share button at the bottom? There's a like button down there. I believe the like button's like over here somewhere. Click on that like button as you guys come into the building. All right? Then click over here towards the share button. All right? Click that share button. And what you do is you go into your contacts, your group messages, and you click and you put this live in that group. You understand what I'm saying? Go up on IG. Tell them to come follow. Tell them to come and enjoy in the discussion. Enjoy in the reaction, in the commentary, because we here as a family. We here as an empty army. You understand me? Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. Listen, usually I'm not live streaming at this particular junction, but we live right now. I will also say that I planned on taking off most of the month of January, but good old Katt Williams had to go and break the internet. So because of the strength of his conversation and the things that he's bringing up and how it dovetails so well into many of the topics that we cover on this platform, it is appropriate for us to be able to deep dive into the things that he is saying and dissect it as much as what we can to help us all understand it as we try to encroach on bigger, better, faster, stronger lives going into the future. If you guys don't know me, I'm affectionately known as MTR, better known as Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Welcome! Let's get this party started. As you guys come in, file in single file line only. Take your shoes off at the front door. And let's have some fun here today. Shout out to everybody that's coming out into the building. Geronimo Red, I see you. Sup, chat? Bama Fang. Shout out to Alabama. Bama in the building. Deddy says, MT Army. Shout out to Kanye 9, shout out to MTR. Deadly Viper 1998. MTR UK Squad, yeah boy. Shout out to the United Kingdom. I gotta go back into London town sometime soon just to come in and see what's going on. Okay? Shout out to Tunchi Wagwan. Michael Matroke the 4th. MTR, I see you, my G. Patreon gang in the building. Shout out from Nigeria, Emmanuel. I see you, my G. W intro. Shout out to J. King. Guys, listen. What Katt Williams has done this entire week is absolutely insane. Let's just drop back down in there while we're all greeting each other as the MT Army is greeting each other. Let's drop back down up in there and just look at some of the content just on my channel that I've created. Okay. Now, when you think about what MTR has done, I know a lot of you guys, that's why you guys always come over here, because I'm able to give perspectives that maybe you're not able to hear in other places. But when you think about what Katt Williams has done, let's just think about it from a dollar perspective. Okay. On a recent video, I talked through the amount of money just on Willie D. Willie D is the one we're about to go over right now. On the Shannon Sharp on Club Say Shay, how much direct money from YouTube ad revenue that was generated. I believe that video is somewhere near like 35, if not 40 million views right now. And I took a CPM of 20 and decided that's about $600,000. Now, a CPM of 20 is extremely low for a live stream that is that long. It's probably somewhere near a CPM of 35 to 40, to be honest with you. So then double that, and then double from the extra amount of views that have been garnered. I mean, it's like 5 to 7 million views a day since that video was created 2 days ago. But that's just what they're earning. You have to also understand from a future earning perspective as well, the amount of gravitas that now Shannon Sharp has on that on that podcast to invite all new guests that would normally have told him no, but now because of the value of that platform are now going to tell him yes. So that 1.2 to 1.5 million in just the first week doesn't mean anything in comparison to the future value of the podcast, right? But let's think about it from an economy perspective. Put down into the chat right now, and then we're going to get into the damn discussion. Put down into the chat right now what your guess is how much money the Katt Williams interview has generated in the entire economy of media. Just take a guess. What do you guys think? If you think it's just 1.5-ish million on Shannon Sharpe's platform in the first week, in the entire economy of money, what do you guys think that it is in millions of dollars? I'm curious what you guys think. As you guys come up with that, let's just review what I've been doing on my platform. So I did a live stream on it. I took the live stream down because I wanted to cut it up. The first video that I posted, 224,000 views 4 days ago. Okay. The same day I think I posted this video, Kevin Hart responds to Katt Williams, 317,000 views. After that, this conversation really started to pick up. I posted this video entitled Ludacris Responds to Katt Williams, Instantly Regrets It. 1.1 million views, okay? In a commentary video off of the strength of their platform. I see those numbers. Keep on putting them numbers in. Keep on putting them numbers in because we're going to go through it. I'm going to give you guys what I think that this has all made from from a media economy. This is money that's just generated out of nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's diverting and it's attracting all of these eyes to look at. Katt Williams roasts Wanda Smith on air. The strength of Katt Williams bringing up this Wanda Smith discussion, it happened 5 or 6 years ago. That netted me 165,000 views. Ice Cube confirms that Katt Williams is right, 259,000 views, right? Kevin Hart responds to Katt Williams live. TV fails, 177. Bernie Mac's daughter responds to Katt Williams interview, 65. Shannon Sharpe. So you guys are getting the idea, 100. Yesterday, 25,000 views. So the steam is starting to go out of this particular conversation. All right, I'm going back up in here. I'm seeing 2.3 million, 3 million, 2.5 million, 10 million, 3 million, 1 million, 30 million. My guess is, Michael says 100 million. I don't think it's that much in the first week. My guess is that in the kind of media economy of this conversation in the first week, my guess is that it's somewhere between, I think it's somewhere between 15 to 20 million dollars. I think somewhere from $15 to $20 million that conversation in the first week has generated across all of these different platforms. It's truly incredible stuff. But even outside of the amount of money that is generated, I think that the strength and the value of the conversation is absolutely incredible. Now, what's happened today? It appears as though, it doesn't appear as though, it is that Katt Williams has a follow-up conversation that happened on Willie D's platform, okay? The title of this video, Katt Williams goes in again, clears the air after breaking the internet. This internet, shout out to my Instagram, @TheRealMTR. I had no idea that this conversation happened up until about an hour ago. This conversation right here was posted 6 hours ago and has 1 million views. My guess is that by tomorrow, this is gonna have 3 to 5 million views on it. Katt Williams sat down with Willie D to get more in depth about having no filter and how he got where he is today. Let us know what you think down in the comments down below, okay? Shout out to Willie D, podcaster, bringing together the conversation, the follow-up conversation that so many of us want to see. So what we're going to do in this live stream is to review it as well as to go over, and I'll give you guys my perspective. And I also want your guys' perspective as well. Shout out to George Wynn with the $10 super chat. I appreciate the support to start us off. Hold on, where my soundboard at? Where my soundboard at? Shout out, my G. I appreciate that. All right. All right, guys. Usually I wait a lot longer before I go into the conversation, but I want to hear what's being said. It's about an hour conversation. Matter of fact, let's also get into some of these comments. Let's see what the people are saying. I respect Katt for not shaming his family with almost 3,000 likes. Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. It takes a certain level of experiences and reflection to understand this. Black people have lost our identity, but okay, that's the same comment. Normalize telling the truth regardless of how uncomfortable it makes you. It's a bar right there. The world is ran on feelings, and I'm absolutely sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it too. This world being run on feelings is a feminine-oriented agenda. He is as righteous as they come. He is the definition of a man with a plan, extremely inspirational. He really did have some of the worst questions. I love how wide open his eyes are in the beginning. Like inspecting a piece of gold he just found. You have to put in the work, not just recycle the most obvious questions that he's already answered. I felt secondhand embarrassment on this one. Okay, so it's gonna be an interesting conversation. The cycle about writing new material killed me. Like Katt just got done saying, I write a new hour every time the interviewer's segue was repeating what Katt just said, but it's the tone like he was bringing it up. So awkward. All right, so this looks like it's gonna be a very interesting conversation. Put a 1 down into the chat if you guys are ready for this particular conversation. Put a 1 down into the chat. Put a 2 if you're not ready. There they go. There they go. Without further ado, MT Army in the building. Let's go.
Willie D live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, Katt Williams. What's up,
Thank
King?
you.
The people's chant.
Oh, man, one more hop, I'll be on top. How
Prepare
about you?
for your hop. Doing great. Doing great.
Yeah, you're doing great, man. Cleveland, Ohio.
Dayton,
Is that-
Ohio.
Cincinnati?
But
Ohio.
were you born
Yeah.
in, see, my bad. You were born in Cincinnati.
Yep, I was
And
born
then
in
you were
Cincinnati.
raised in Dayton.
And raised in Dayton, correct.
Man,
yeah.
you know, we had a show in Dayton once, and it almost like provoked a full-blown riot. You know, in Dayton, they had these cops with these big old 10-gallon hats.
Hold on, just before we get started, guys. I think as a content creator, I'm taking notes from these different podcasters. This is an absolutely horrible way of starting this conversation. Think about the difference between the Shannon Sharpe conversation and how, with so much respect, that he introduced Katt Williams. It sounded as if they would have been best friends forever, and introducing him was a fantastic introduction. That's why I kept on commenting how talented Shannon Sharpe is, because you can tell that he understands these different things. Not only did Willie D not introduce Katt Williams with this fashion, but then also he gets wrong where he's from. Pay attention. This might be a very interesting conversation because I want to see how Katt Williams responds to this, because we saw in the Shannon Sharpe interview what great lengths that he went through to demand respect. Let's keep going.
They did.
Big old white cornbread-fed dudes. And they were telling us, y'all gonna either pay for all of this equipment that y'all destroyed on the stage. We destroyed, allegedly, equipment, band equipment that belonged to After 7 and Troop.
Okay, who cares, Willie D? And I hate to keep stopping at this early, this quickly, but again, he's talking about himself. We want to hear, this man is the most viral man on the internet right now. We want to hear about Katt Williams, and starting out with something that happened with you and your band or your rap group how many other years ago? Like, who cares? Why does this matter? Show Katt Williams more respect.
Oh, my.
We were on the same
Oh
ticket
my.
Yeah.
as After 7 and Troop. We
Yeah.
destroyed their equipment,
Allegedly.
and they told us, y'all gonna pay for this stuff or y'all going to jail. And so we basically just did the show for free because we gave all that money back. But Dayton that's will forever be like embedded in my memory Dayton, Ohio for that reason. But
I'm sorry
what
that you
do
had
you
a bad
remember?
memory.
Well, what do
Right.
you-
Why is he saying
What are
this?
some good memories that you have
Well-
from Dayton?
Part of what you remember is a part of Dayton. So Dayton
Right.
was
What are you
one
doing?
of the rare cities in America that was legitimately half black and half white. So there was
Yeah.
power on both ends. I came from
It's got
a
poor whites and poor
very
blacks.
powerful family in Dayton just because of our sheer numbers. So there were 13 on my father's side and 7 on my mother's side.
Damn.
So I had like
Big family.
100 first cousins in one city. Like we just had a large family, and it was a great place for black people, and it was a great place for white people. It's just that you really couldn't be legitimately racist because your neighbors
Yeah.
were of another color, if that makes sense.
Right.
So,
What's the power dynamic? Was it mostly white people running it or black people?
well, that's the dynamic of America
Who gives a
at
shit?
that particular time.
Where is he going
One
with
of
this?
my uncles was the chief of police. Another was the head pastor in town, and had some cocaine dealing uncles as well. So we were really rooted in the city, but it was a city of money. So we had Cooper
At the
Tires,
time.
we had Dayton Tires, we had IBM, we had NCR, we had Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, we had University of Dayton. These are all places where you can make 6 figures even at that time. So
Right. At the time.
it was a lot of money there. As far as on the radio, we would hear every hour 5 or 6 artists that were from where we were from. So we thought that was a part of it. We hearing the Ohio Players, and Roger Troutman in Zapp's studio is our bus stop when we're 7 years old. Like, so I met Prince while I was in Dayton when I'm 12. Like, it was a very vibrant community for black people.
So you saw a lot of the street stuff. How did you end up? First of all, did you end up doing any of the street stuff, participating in any of that street activity? You mentioned your uncles selling drugs and all of that.
Well, I leave Dayton, Ohio right before I'm 13. So I'm still at a young age. I'm just having heightened experiences because of my childhood and my background. So
Willie D is flopping.
I've always had money, but I don't come from money. So I was able to cut grass in the summer, and I was able to shovel snow in the winter. That's what I was allowed to do. So, but consequently, even as a kid, I'm making like $6,000-$7,000 a year. And this is
At 12 years old?
before that, at 10. At 10. Just because that's what I was allowed to do. And I'm a hustler by nature. Like, if I get a hold of a lick, I want to see how many times it flips, not if it flips. You know what I mean? So once I'm gone from there, I'm trying my hand at other things, door to door, and I had already made $1 million before I was 18 doing door to door across the country. So I had already tested out what were the positive things about me and how I could use that to my advantage economically from an early age.
One more question,
Is it true
Willie.
that you emancipated yourself from your parents at 13? Because I read that somewhere.
Did this guy even watch the Shannon Sharp interview? What are you doing? Oh, he's flubbing this. What are you doing? What are you doing, Willie D? You have the most viral man in America. You supposed to hit the ground running. You know what the thing is? I'll say this quick thing on it, and then we'll continue on in it and keep on watching it. But this right here is a lesson in preparedness. In preparedness. what are you doing to prepare for anything that you're setting to accomplish throughout your life? Are you freestyling shit or are you preparing for shit? You're asking him questions that he already fully explained on the Shannon Sharp interview. Ask different questions. You have how many responses off of the Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay interview based off of his original? Ask him how he's doing, like the responses, his responses to the responses. Go somewhere else in the conversation. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is key in a conversation of preparedness. Ensuring that you dot the I's and cross the T's before you put yourself out on Main Street like this. This shit, it just reminds me so much of like when you do business with certain people who just don't give a fuck about shit. Like, right, and you expect your degree of professionalism to extend to them. You know, like I had to call the auto body dealer earlier today, and you could just have a conversation with someone you could tell like they just don't give a fuck, right? How they kind of just float through life and just just always do shit at the bare minimum. They're unwilling to make themselves uncomfortable enough to do an awesome job at shit. That's what I think about when I see something like this.
Well, I think it was Wikipedia said something like that.
I wouldn't shame the family. What I would say is that it can't be called run
This interview was 4 months ago. Okay, never mind. I take half of that back.
away because I didn't run away. I left.
I didn't know.
But I don't tell that part
I'ma
of the
speed this
story
up.
just because there's a 0 chance that if a young person listens to me and follows my example on that they'll be okay. But I knew I would be, but I was a little off. Like,
This is 4 months ago? Then why is he's just releasing it now because he's viral now? I wonder how Katt feels about that. Let's keep going.
I knew Jesus left home at 13, so I didn't feel like I was out of pocket in any way.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that at 13 years old, you was cognizant of the story of Jesus leaving home at 13 years old?
I had been accepted to college before I was 12, so I was already a little bit more advanced than your average child. I had probably read 10,000 books at that period in my life. So I was blessed in that way. But as you know, you can't really just live on that. So God navigated where I was able to see the underworld, if you will. So I go from my parents' house in Ohio to Miami, Florida by myself. I don't know nobody. And that's where the story begins. But
Okay.
In your formidable years, who is that person? Was there a single individual who inspired you, or some guy or a person that you looked up to and you said, I like the way that they move and I want to model myself after that person?
yeah, this is going to be a weird answer. Yes, that's one of the things that I was probably the best at. I did it with anybody and everybody. So when I was going to the library, I wasn't reading fiction books. I was reading nonfiction books, and it didn't matter what it was. I know whatever's in this book, I don't know what it is. So I might have read like 1,000 autobiographies, just the life of people that I don't know. And when you do that, you find out that if you were trying to learn something from everybody, you could actually learn something from every single person that you
Absolutely.
met. And so it's that type of thinking that helped me avoid the pitfalls as I saw them. So the reason I never did drugs when I was an adult is because when I left and went to Miami and I'm living in a park, it's 30 people out there from all different places, and they all are homeless and in a terrible situation just like me. And they telling me that they used to be lawyers and doctors and nurses, and I'm going, well, what happened? And all of them is telling this story where everything in their life was fine, and then they dealt with this drug.
Drugs, right.
And this is where it ended them out. So as a kid, I never saw the fun part of drugs. I never heard about nobody having a good time on drugs or, oh, you got to take this so you can feel it. I didn't see it from that way. I had already seen what it would do to people. Yeah. And they're telling me, like, I'm letting people tell me, hey, don't do this. Don't get to Hollywood and start sleeping with white women and doing cocaine because it'll kill you. Oh, yeah, no problem. Got it. So, in a lot of things, I was just stupid enough to get the lessons, but that came from being willing to learn something from everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you out on the streets?
Well, it sounds so harsh when you say on the streets. Just understand that I'm in slacks and a shirt and a tie every day, and I'm eating at a 5-star restaurant because I done worked this deal with the restaurant where I come in at 5 in the morning and I come and do the floors and clean up everything the bus people didn't do, knock out the old dishes. I do all of that, but I get to eat there for free. So I come later and have a 5-star lunch as a 12-year-old because I'm already smoking cigarettes, but I got a mustache, so I don't look out of place. And then I go and I do my 8 hours in the library to take the place of what schooling would have been. So 2 hours were spent collecting radios from people's cars at the marina, which funded me to at least have $700 or $800 a week in my pocket. So that was the situation for, I'll say, 12 months.
Was there somebody who came along, a social worker or something like that, and saw you and said, yo, or talked to you, it's like, yo, I can help you out, or you should do this or that?
No, you're looking at it a different way than I was looking at it. I wasn't in a pitiable situation by any means. I was free. And
Is that a face tattoo?
it was an adventure that I was on. And I had already read all of these books. I know how this goes. I know that a terribly scary adventure is nothing for the warrior. He doesn't need to be in a good position. There is a God, and he's going to see you through. You just have to make sure that you're hitting the marks to qualify for the blessing. So I was never in a situation where someone would think that I needed some assistance.
Where were you sleeping at?
In the park that I told you
You
about,
was-
across the street from the library in Coconut Grove.
Like on the ground, on the bench?
No, they had a mattress out there. I had money, so people would get you stuff.
Why didn't you just take your money and go get a crib?
At 13?
Yeah.
It never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Never crossed my mind.
Because I really do. I know it's young, but I do know people who are very young. Like if somebody is young enough to go out on the streets and just say, I'm leaving home.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and if they got money, they're savvy enough to
It's not
get
that I
somebody
have
to
money.
pay them
I'm making some money. I don't have money. I'm making some money.
enough to get by.
Well, I'm saying I don't have a long list of needs on the daily. I need to eat well. I need to drink well.
And where are you keeping your money? Like in your pocket?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Anybody ever try to rob you?
No, I did have somebody try to violate me while I was out there. I think because I didn't know really what gay people were, so I wasn't really clear. I knew how gay people acted, as I had seen, but I wasn't aware that it had a sexual connotation to it. So as soon as the guy kept talking to me like he liked me, I was really confused because guys don't like guys. And I'm trying to figure out, is there something about your background that makes you talk like a lady while you're talking to me? But yeah, I had that as a situation. But other than that, no, I wasn't frequently tried as a young person.
Yeah. So I'm asking some of these questions that I'm asking because I'm really trying to figure out, like, how did you develop your psyche? Like, you're a very insightful dude.
Right.
Just trying to figure out, like where did that start at? Can you pinpoint a specific time and space where you said, I get it. I see what's going on.
Yeah. Probably like 5 years old.
Yeah. Same. I was young too.
First and foremost, this is going to sound really, really weird, but I believed at that young age that you could have a relationship with God. And I know that that's kind of old-fashioned now. But when I was young, that's what I believed. And so I developed this relationship where we talk 4 or 5 times a day and we talk about everything. And I'm coming to you when things are well and when it's not well. And if I ask for something, I know when you gave me what I asked for because it's the only time. So I understood at a young age that I wasn't like everybody else, that I was in a blessed position and that I had the ability to be able to make things happen if I could find the instructions and follow them. So at 5 years old, that's how I thought. I knew when things were wrong with the Bible. I wasn't worried about authority because God was like the authority. And other than that, I got to tolerate you, but I'm not allowed to bow down. I'm like that as a child. So my parents didn't do anything wrong. They just wanted me to live a life that I wasn't going to live. They wanted me to be this, and I was not free to live a double life. I can't be that and be what I'm trying to be.
What was that they wanted you to be?
A part of their religion. They were very devout in religion.
Christian?
Yes, a branch of Christianity, yes.
At one point, did you become a Muslim?
At one point, I became several religions because that's the only way you can really find out what's going on in a religion. Religion is not something that you can just study the books about it and now you know about them. I had to be a member of the Fruit of Islam in order to know. Minister Farrakhan calls me his son. I was not regular even in that endeavor, just because whoever the true God is, I don't play about him. And I understand that regardless of what you choose to call him, it's the same entity. And once you study all of the religions, you find out that nobody's really disagreeing with anybody. The Jews don't believe this whole set of things that Christians don't, and Muslims either.
Why are people so afraid of Farrakhan?
Well, if you had the ability to control the black people on this planet, there isn't anything that you couldn't take, dismantle, destroy, or interrupt if you could mobilize black people. And so part of the ops agenda, a part of their modus operandi, is to find out which one of you niggas is a potential leader. And if you are, then we begin a work of progress on your life.
Farrakhan's 90 now?
Will make people get off of that.
Damn.
It's a part of it, as much as in any defense, you're trying to figure out which way this dude is likely to go so I can rip that ball. It's the same.
Yeah. Farrakhan is a polarizing individual. A lot of people really, I do believe, don't really understand him. I think that there are people who gets the message. This is what frightens them, is because they know, as you alluded to, they know what he's capable of doing. You know, uniting black people and guiding and leading black people in the right way.
There's not been a successful one of those yet. So just like if you're a rapper, any rapper can get hit. Yeah, we don't have we can go through 300 years of history and look for all the black people that fit the description you just said. They never make it.
Yeah, which is why I believe that they should stop trying to make it. I really do believe that, it's each one, reach one, teach one, but the leadership is in yourself. Like, all of us are capable, well, not all of us, but many of us are capable of being a leader. Like, instead of sitting around just waiting on one person to be that leader. You know,
well said. Well said. But in real time,
it's not
being
practical.
the leader of yourself gets you nothing. The people demand to be led, regardless.
Yeah, Katt's right.
There's not 13 shepherds and all these sheep. Why? Because it's unnecessary. Just one. Just one that has the connection with the sheep, which allows the sheep who has a brain about that small to be able to just focus on eating grass,
right,
and not worry about falling off a cliff.
And some
we
people,
have
that's all they want to do.
as humans to be led. We want to be led into battle.
We want
to be led into the football game.
1,000.
This is all because this is how we are wired.
That's how we're wired.
The cheerleaders,
We're tribal people.
And the pomp and circumstance. That goes back to the times of first humanity, because we do need that.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about a myriad of leaders. You're not just talking about a single individual.
Right.
And I see a lot of people just be sitting back waiting on a Messiah. They're waiting on that one person.
But they are too, though.
Who's that?
The other side is far more diligent about looking for that Messiah than we are, because they know where to look. You probably wonder, why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you
Right.
be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like.
What's the answer?
The answer is the liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer's over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still going to be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer. Black people have lost their identity, but our
shit.
oppressors have not lost our identity.
Shit.
That's just why they
Cats oh
chopped
my
those
God.
noses off of the Pharaoh and the Sphinx in Egypt in the first place, is because without this nose, we can tell you this is whoever it is. But with that nigga nose, it can only be niggas. Why would somebody vandalize a whole face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. Nope, just the nose. Because it's a brand. It's a brand. All right, go ahead.
You have an uncanny way of thinking outside of the box, and
Yeah.
you are very good at breaking things down like you just did. You understand consequences and repercussions very well.
Okay.
So my question to you is, why are you such a habitual line stepper? Why do you cross that line so often when you know what the repercussions and consequences are going to be? And they're not going to be favorable to you. For example,
Right.
I saw where you and Suge got arrested, right? You and Suge got arrested. Is that true?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Like, and
What were we doing?
allegedly it had something to do with like some type of camera or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm just
Okay. I had to let that rock out real quick. Again, it's clear. So some folks are saying down to the chat, this interview was way before the Shannon Sharp interview. Got it. I'll give you credence for that. Okay. I was complaining about Willie D not being prepared. I wasn't prepared, but it's a little bit different when you have the goddamn guest right in studio. Okay. I can freestyle this shit. Nevertheless, Katt just said some tremendously profound shit right there. In reference to the liar knowing when lying and you looking in the wrong direction while the liar knows the truth behind, right? It's some really powerful shit. What I find interesting after that is now Willie D is asking him, why are you such a line stepper, is what he called it. Line stepper, whatever the fuck that means. And now he's asking him about his arrest. So what's interesting is that this is before Katt Williams has just gone viral. So the lack of respect, you're seeing what I'm trying to say. There's a lack of respect for Katt Williams and the fact that he can say something like that that's so profound, so powerful. And at the moment that he does, oh, let's talk about your arrest. Pay attention to that. Because what really is the general value in bringing up that at that particular junction? Let's see where it goes right here. But I think it's so interesting that he just brought up his arrest. Now, take note in Katt Williams' body language, how he's choosing to respond, allegedly. What did you see that happen during it? Because it puts you on a defensive. So when Willie D asks questions like, well, why is no one stepping up and being that leader? Katt is saying, well, or he's saying that there's no benefit of doing that. And here's the thing. If you step up and you be that leader, then that's what you're up against. People undercutting you, bringing up your past, bringing up your history, and not the value that you could put forward. And you guys should all pay attention to this within your own lives as well. And I don't care whether or not you're an entrepreneur, if you're working a 9 to 5, there's always going to be people who try to undercut you with the information that they know about you. Shit, me as a content creator, happens to me all the time. Anyway, let's keep watching.
I'm just saying this is what I read.
I'll tell you the story, and you tell me,
the story.
then does that change how you frame this?
Look.
Okay.
So get him, Katt. Hold up. Hold up. I love what Katt just did right here. Pay attention. I swear, every time we pay attention to Katt Williams, he puts on a clinic.
And
What were we doing?
Look at him. What were we doing?
Allegedly, it had something to do with like some type of camera or something like that.
And the reason why it's so important to call this out is because a lot of people will reference things but not know what happened and expect you to explain it.
I'm not sure. I'm just sure. I'm just saying this is what I read.
I'll tell you the story, and you tell me,
the
then does that change
how you reframe
how
it?
you frame this?
Okay.
So,
Woo! That's a cold brother right there. He's giving you a clinic at how to gain respect. And this is a great example for men to continue to watch this and how to deal with other men in your space to subtly gain respect with a stoic air, with stoic influence. He didn't get mad that he's pulling out an arrest, which is obviously something that he doesn't want pulled out in an interview when he's talking about cerebral shit. So he says, let me tell you what happens and let me reframe it for you so you can choose, or let me tell it to you so you can choose to reframe the way that you brought that up. Powerful, powerful.
we have a meeting with a hologram company, which is going to go into a licensing deal on some holograms. This is in Beverly Hills. So now there's a rodeo, and behind that is an alleyway where you park your vehicles. Mm-hmm. That's where we are. Suge has brought his son with him who's 5 years old. And before we go into this meeting, Suge's son runs behind the dumpster and urinates. And a lady films his penis out, peeing behind the dumpster.
Why is she filming?
And then says, oh, I thought that was Katt's kid.
What the fuck?
So yeah, that's what happened.
See, man, this is
so
why.
Understand, we were facing 20 years, Suge and I. 20 years for that. And if it wasn't for the fact that this is Beverly Hills and it's all on camera, they had no problem sending us up the river when we couldn't have possibly done what was being said. That lady said that she got jumped on by me.
So you see what you just did? You just clarified a huge, misconception about, the events of that evening or whatever.
Yeah, but remember, it went to court. Yeah. Like, this isn't just my word. They had to play the video in court, which showed that her altercation wasn't with a man at all.
But the trip part about it is that when people print it, when the media, mainstream media put it out there, they don't add that piece. They just say,
nor do they make a retraction.
Right.
Nor do they say, hey, that thing we told you about that guy, turns out it was nothing.
And what's crazy about that is that the retraction will never get as many views as the original story. And what's crazy is that even that they got it wrong to begin with, Willie D entered into the question or entered into this portion of the discussion with framing it incorrectly. Pay attention.
Understand, I got 15 cases that were dismissed. That should be talked about. Why would 15 cases be dismissed? Because you were so sure you had what you were looking at. Because every city I go to, I'm the nigga with the best car. It's probably smoke coming out that car. It's probably girls gathering around that car. I look like the plug. I get it. And you've probably already hurt me by the time you find out who I actually am.
Oh, jeez Louise. All right, let me bring this up. This article was back from 2015, written on CNN Entertainment. Suge Knight, Katt Williams arrested in paparazzi camera theft case. Okay. Former rap mogul Marion Suge Knight and comedian Micah Katt Williams were arrested Wednesday, accused of stealing photographer's camera last month. Okay, the loss. Now, remember, he said that she was filming the kid peeing behind the dumpster, but it got reframed as stealing the photographer's camera that month. If it was your kid, would you have taken that camera from her? I'll let you answer that. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office said each man was charged with one count of robbery. The alleged incident involving a female photographer of celebrities took place September 5th outside of a studio in Beverly Hills. Knight, 49, faces up to 30 years in prison because he has a prior conviction of assault with a deadly weapon. Williams, who was arrested when he showed up for a different assault case, faces a maximum of 7 years. Knight was arrested in Las Vegas. Prosecutors, they're going to ask for all of this. CNN reached out to represent for both men and without immediate success. And then it goes into background regarding both of them. Okay. Yeah. Then it goes into information regarding Knight. Let's get back into the conversation. But I thought it'd be interesting to juxtapose what Katt is saying, what happened now, versus this report that literally dropped on CNN's website, literally back in 2014, October 30th, 2014. Let's keep going.
Right. See,
Go
because
like
of
on the
that
stream.
clarity you just provided,
Yes.
is the reason why I want to know. I think the world want to know what happened between you and Ali Siddiq. I know you said you
The
didn't want
world
to talk
couldn't
about it.
possibly want to know
wanna
that.
know,
He's
man.
not
We
famous enough for the world to want to know that.
At least
Because
pretty
my
famous.
side of the world doesn't want to know that.
Who's Lisa?
See,
Well, my side of the world.
here's the thing.
What happened, man?
A lot of times what liars do first is they set up a narrative and a scenario. Like Michael Blackson just got on national TV and told people, yeah, I got a beef with Katt Williams, and Katt is mad at me about this, and because I said this, and I didn't even mean it like that.
Siddiq?
And the whole time, he's never talked to me. That's how he feels. He's heard I'm angry. I've not had a conversation with him. It's the same with your Ali Siddiq. If it wasn't for the information that I know in my intel, I would be a fan of his like everybody else. Who wouldn't be a fan of a young black storyteller that's done time and loves his family and is a hometown guy?
This is Instagram.
Why would he ever have any enemies in comedy? It's ludicrous. But if you pick the actual king, then make sure that your story's correct. And unfortunately, his story's not correct. No matter what he says, he never met me. He made it disrespectful that a security guard that was 6'7" reached over him to pay him, not mentioning the fact that he got paid for not doing anything.
Well, let's start at the beginning of the Reliant thing.
I don't know if I wanna.
I'm gonna
Go
start.
ahead.
Yeah, Willie D must know this Ali Siddiq guy, just so we have a little bit of context. I have no idea who he is. He's an American stand-up comedian, public speaker and writer based in Houston, Texas. 2013 comedy. Okay, Central named him #1 comic to watch. Okay, all right. So he's just a comic career. I wonder if it's. Let's do a Control F on Katt Williams. Let's see if Katt Williams' name is in there. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, maybe they're gonna explain the situation. Taking a look at his Instagram. Let's see if he's funny.
I don't know who make bathrooms that just got the fucking blower in the bathroom. That's dumb. Just a blower, no napkins, just a blower. So I'm in the restroom, I'm using the restroom, a dude comes in, I'm washing my hands. This dude comes in, uses the restroom, and then walks out, grabs the handle. Now I'm just in the goddamn bathroom like a surgeon. They have no napkins. I have nothing to grab. Now I'm just sitting by the door waiting on somebody to open the door. This white dude opened the door and I ran out. He gonna run behind me. What's going on? I don't like bathrooms. I don't know who make bathrooms that just got the fucking blower in the bathroom. That's dumb. Just a blower, no napkins, just a blower. So I'm in the restroom, I'm using the restroom, a dude comes in, I'm washing my hands. This dude comes in, uses the restroom, and then walks out, grabs the handle. Now I'm just in the goddamn bathroom like a surgeon. They have no napkins. I have nothing to grab. Now I'm just sitting by the door waiting on somebody to open the door.
Okay, one more.
So this lady named Jill, she is my direct name. She lives.
I will say I give that like maybe a 4.5 out of 10. That was just decent. Now, if you guys don't know, using those air dryers are actually way less sanitary than just letting your hands air dry. Don't believe me? Go look it up. We don't got time in this stream.
Is right across from me, right across. She doesn't know what I do. I've been living over here for 7 years, and this lady is tired of it.
MTR, the dude must have been funny because MTR doesn't wash his hands after he piss. That's just when I'm home, my brother, okay? Just when I'm home.
She's sick of this shit. And we have a community mailbox. You know, that's where they catch me at the community mailbox. Every time they done caught me has been at the community mailbox. Ted was the first one to assault me at the goddamn mailbox. I'm at the mailbox, going in my mail. Ted is over all the activities in this neighborhood. Anything that goes on, Ted is the head of the activities, and he wants me to join the cycling team. They got a little male cycling team. But his approach was way off, because he got the cycling shit on at the time. Like, he got the tight shit on, ball all in the face.
It's not really that funny.
He got the shoes on and shit. He walking up to me, helmet. Hey, neighbor. Do you cycle? Like, you know, I ride a bike. Hey, need to join the team. And when he talk to you, he be pelvic thrusting. I don't know what that's about. May got a nervous tick or something. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Okay, that's half funny. He's pretty good.
The whole conversation. Look, I'm telling you, we gonna have a good time.
Okay. All right, he's okay. I like him.
So he sends me to this place called. So
he's like, you know, go to like the local funny bone in your city funny. He's not like sell out stadiums funny. You understand what I'm saying? All right, let's get back into the Katt Williams content. Shout out to the brother. No hate to him. He seems talented. Let's get into that story that they were about to go in on. Hold on, give me a second. Really, MTR? You should start washing your hands? Shut up, okay? Gentlemen, listen to me. When you're out in public, wash your hands, okay? When you're using public restrooms. When you're back at home, ladies, if your guy washes his hands after every time he goes to the bathroom, really, every time you're at home, is your dick dirty? What's going on here? Get a little dirt up on you. That's half the problem with the goddamn men of the society today, of the world today. You got to get a little dirty. All right, leg out.
And then you can do what you want to do.
Fair enough.
But I think for the sake of the audience knowing, just
Tell
having
them who
an
Ali
idea of
Siddiq
what we're
is
talking
first.
about. Ali Siddiq is a comedian from Houston that's based in Houston.
My dick clean.
A very fine comedian.
Very fine comedian.
Yes.
Now, Ali said that he went to a Reliant Arena and he was on the same show as you. He showed up, and the security stopped him from entering the building. And they said, and then somebody told him Katt didn't want you to come in. And then at some point, somebody else came and gave him a check. Another security person reached over somebody's shoulder and gave him a check. He said that the people that were the working security locked arms to prevent him from walking inside of the building. And he thought that, you know, you had a problem with him, and he said he didn't know why you had a problem with him. And to this day, he don't know why you have a problem with him. That was the you know.
It'd be nice if that was the story. So now, if that's the story, then let me see if I got this correct. A guy I've never met was supposed to be doing a show with me, and I got so angry, even though I hadn't met him, that I had security keep him out of the building. See, that's the problem with lies. They're faulty from their inception, sir. I'm the person in the story that doesn't have a grudge to feel. I don't care why I didn't like Katt Williams. I would get to the bottom of it.
Hold on. Before Katt goes on, I want to hear Katt's side of the story, but it looks like Ali Siddiq has his own side of the story. Let's watch this real quick. Oh, this looks like another Willie D thing. Let's see Ali Siddiq explain this.
Katt has been popular for a long time. I think that
that's weird.
Katt is like Katt is revered to people. Like, Katt is one of those type of dudes that people like. It doesn't matter what he do. It don't matter what he do. It don't matter what he's going through or whatever. It's like people like Katt Williams. So when you called out Katt Williams, you know, it's people. It's yeah, and that goes to point. Like people really fuck with Katt real hard. For anybody,
they don't even know why.
It's like somebody calling out Scarface. People fuck with Brad hard. I mean, it ain't nothing Brad can do.
But Brad ain't did a lot of fuck shit either, though.
It ain't nothing that Brad could do that could turn people against him. I mean, what did Katt do to Ali? What did he do to you, man?
So let's go to the story. Let me speed it up. Shreveport. We in Shreveport. The song out is Every Day I'm Hustling. Who made that song?
Rick
Every
Ross.
day I'm hustling.
It's Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So what year is that?
Shit.
Whatever that shit is.
2000 and hold up, I remember this because I was in Club Love in DC wildin'. Rick Ross came up on stage. I'm like, oh shit, that's Rick Ross. Every day I'm hustling. Y'all remember all my DC natives, Club Love, whatever happened to Club Love? Jesus. Times were good back then. That was 2008. Every day I'm hustling. Let's see, Rick Ross. Every day I'm hustling. I think that was 2008, 2007. Port of Miami. Port of Miami release date. Port of Miami, August 8th, 2006. Port of Miami came out. Damn, it's 2006. I'm getting old. Yeah, so 2007 around there. That's when I was at Club Love. Maybe 2008 because it's the tail end of the song and I knew all of the words. All right, let go.
Okay, so Every Day I'm Hustling was some anthem that he was coming out to. Like everybody come out to a song. And I want people to understand, I'm not saying Katt.
And he did that at one of his comedy specials. He came out to Every Day I'm Hustling.
Talented. I'm not saying I don't even like that. I don't like Katt. I always was a fan of this little man. This is what I'm talking about when he was Cat in the Hat. Because people act like he been. Most people got on the bandwagon after Friday After Next. Because before that they can't remember a goddamn thing before Friday After Next.
He's
because
throwing a lot of
when he
salt.
was Cat in the Hat. They didn't know when he didn't have no teeth and shit. They didn't know. They wasn't watching him then. I was a fan when niggas wearing a top hat and had a cane, and his name was Katt in the Hat. It wasn't Katt Williams yet. So Friday After Next, the pimp shit happens. Cool.
His brothers.
Always been cool. Back when I booked him and he faxed me his headshot, which is fucking crazy. Sharon Ball wouldn't tell anybody. The nigga faxed the headshot to keep players off it. It was just a black, you know how fax come through, just black silhouette of his body. This dude named DJ Love plays the song. Katt's manager comes out hollering at him. DJ Love say, hey, my fault. You know, didn't know. I'm just playing, I'm the warm-up DJ. I'm just playing songs, getting the crowd in. Well, you don't know who you DJ for? He's like, no, I'm the warm-up DJ. I don't know. I'm just doing the show. And this is so early in the game. If he do come out there every day, I'm hustling, what the fuck? Doesn't matter. So she being a little pushy with him, and he's apologized several times. Now he's getting, now you like shitting on him. Now he kind of like, well, who the fuck is you talking to now? I've already apologized. I don't know what the fuck else you want. I'm not the DJ. I'm the warm-up DJ, and I'm leaving. I got to go do a club. So all this melee happens. Now
So just for clarity, the DJ played the song prior to Katt coming out, and that's
prior to the show even starting. The show
prior
hadn't
to the show even
It's
started.
the warm-up.
and that's right, and that's what Katt comes out
to. That's his intro song.
Okay, Cardinal Sin.
You know what I'm saying? Not really designed. The song not really designed for him. Rick Ross don't know whoever made the song don't know this nigga playing this song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a song. You know what I'm saying? So you can pick another song because the song has nothing to do with your goddamn performance. So
I don't like where he's going with this. I don't like that. So what it sounds as though Katt had an issue with the DJ playing the song before he came out to it. And the purpose is, like, in the mind of a creative person, right? Like, the songs that go on before you come up and the song that you come out to is very important. Especially like if you have like a creative inset into or creative idea on where you want your set to go, or if your set plays off of the song that originally is coming on, right? Like it seems like this is salt. It seems like this is hate.
they in the back room. DJ Love is like, yo, man, y'all fucking talking reckless to me. I don't like it. So Katt comes out with this player shit and Love like, yo, dog, nigga, you need to fuck away from me with that bullshit. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I played the song, this stupid ass broad talking fucking crazy to me. Hey man, I apologize. What the fuck is up? Well, nigga, we can do what? We can do what, nigga? So I come and get Love. Baby standing there, 3 feet. I come slide and grab Love. I'm like, Love, you know. They said, man, nah, niggas talking reckless, dog. I killed all them police right there. And he's like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Them niggas know who I am. And it's a mild-mannered cat. He's being offended.
And where are y'all? Like what city?
We in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. Right.
Now, this shit happens. This over. The performance happens. Everybody go out. Katt rides back to the hotel with me to Island Capri. We talking about tattoos the whole way. Because my man Raphael do tattoos, and I was going to get one before I left. Now,
He's a horrible storyteller.
years go by. Now, that's one. Me and Kicking then. Years go by. We at the Reliant Arena here. 2 shows. It's February. 2 shows. Thursday and Friday. I perform Thursday. Friday, I perform.
This is years later.
I come out to get this cat named Ghetto. I walk out to get this cat named Ghetto. You probably know Ghetto.
Yeah, I know Ghetto.
Ghetto will vouch for this story.
Yeah.
I walk out to get Ghetto. I turn back around. You know how the arena people look in the goddamn yellow shirts. All of them are locked arms standing in front of the door. I'm like, hey, let me slide through y'all. And the lady who was sitting in front of my door, she said, Ali, I can't let you back in the building. I said, what? Ali, I can't let you back in the building. I said, for what? So they don't know what's going on. It's just been a sign. Don't let Ali Siddiq back in his building. Okay, cool. Katt's security at the time, the dude's name is Carl. Carl comes and he talking over the shoulders of the security people. I'm standing outside, me and Ghetto, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, Carl, what's up? He's like, man, Katt, I don't know what the fuck is up, man. Katt don't want you back in the building. I said, what? And he ain't say nothing. But I can see Katt and his white boy talking, like I can see them. And I'm like, fuck is up? So this nigga turned his back to me.
We don't believe you. You need more people. God. Not this hating ass shit again. I don't know. It's something between how terrible of a storyteller that he was, in between him bringing up the hustling story that seemed to have nothing to do with years later. And it's just like, well, what's the tie of the hustling story? And then years later, after I had a good conversation in a car in between there's something missing. You ever, like, you remember the multiple choice questions like back in high school when it was like, it's either A, B, C, or D was like, not enough information. This is a D, not enough information. Or in fact, the E, you're lying. Let's listen to Katt talk about the goddamn story now. Let's see. Who's more believable?
This is not one of those stories. First of all, the actual truth of this matter is every city that I go to, I already have the comedians who are opening up for me. Not just this tour, but for the 17 100 city tours previous to this. I never go to the city and go, hey, do you guys have some comics here? I'd like to add them to my show.
Right.
I just don't do it.
Okay.
I travel with the comedians
Makes sense.
that are coming to your city. We're one unit and one team when we come.
Makes sense.
That is to let you understand that no comic
Can
was
just
fin to come
just
join
come
us
in.
that evening.
Right.
Because there isn't space for it. I still have to do an hour at the end of this. There's a limited amount of time.
Right.
So we could just start there. Second of all, I don't care where you're from, what the venue is, how cool you are with the people that work there.
Katt standing on business.
Katt Williams show means Katt Williams show. That
Right,
means
not your show.
don't nothing move but the money.
Right.
There ain't no loud talking and voice raising and, how dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? Let me look on the advertisements and see, do I see your name or face, sir, whoever you may be? Where would you even get the entitlement to be having this question?
Talk to
This
him.
is like me insisting that the Lakers put me on as a starter. And I won't take no for an answer. It's ridiculous. You don't even play in our league. And that's before I knew who you were. Now that I know who you are, I'm just ashamed because you took something personal that couldn't have been personal. I didn't meet you.
What the Siddiq guy did, it sounds like right, like you are an intern at a company and you wanted to go talk to the CEO because you emailed the CEO prior to getting into the company, and right, like there was like an email exchange from the administrative assistant, and all of a sudden now you feel as though you're on a right, like you could just come into the CEO's office, you can go into the staff ops meeting. That's what that sounds like. And he talks about all this shit like he just turned his back on me and all type of shit. That's entitlement shit. Why do you feel as though you don't have to earn a spot when Katt comes to each city in a professional manner with who's on the books and everything that's going to be going on in here? Why do you just feel as though you need to be let into the group? A couple of years ago, you had a conversation with him in the car about tattoos. Did you have conversation with him in the meantime? How did you network and establish that relationship over time to feel as so entitled to just be able to go backstage? Whether or not you're on a set or just visiting other comedians backstage, the nerve of you. This entitlement shit is weird. I've never understood it. How people don't think that they need to earn their spot, or their understanding of what it takes to earn their spot is based in laziness.
That's how it would have gone if I wasn't there, because the truth is, I wasn't there. All of this happened before I got there.
What happened with the check? When the security guy gave him
When
the check?
when I asked what the person had said, I said, well, I don't understand. I don't understand why he's so angry. What did he say to you? He said, I'm supposed to be on this show. I said, well, maybe he was expecting to get some sort of a payment. And now he thinks he doesn't get to get paid because we already have a tour. I wouldn't want that. Pay him for performing. So he got the check of the performer. This is what he's angry about. Imagine the audacity. Remember, your story is that I'm kicking you the fuck out. Get out and lock arms and don't let him in. And paying you? Make it make sense, King.
So let's
Either
listen to
you're
that section
smaller
again.
than
Hold on.
you even get the entitlement to be having this question. This is like me insisting that the Lakers put me on as a starter. And I won't take no for an answer. It's ridiculous. You don't even play in our league. And that's before I knew who you were. Now that I know who you are, I'm just ashamed because you took something personal that couldn't have been personal. I didn't meet you. That's how it would have gone if I wasn't there, because the truth is, I wasn't there. All of this happened before I got there.
What happened with the check?
So he's saying he wasn't
When
there.
the security guy gave him
When
the check?
when I asked what the person had said, I said, well, I don't understand. I don't understand why he's so angry. What did he say to you? He said, I'm supposed to be on this show. I said, well, maybe he was expecting to get some sort of a payment. And now he thinks he doesn't get to get paid because we already have a tour. I wouldn't want that. Pay him for performing. So he got the check of the performer. This is what he's angry about. Imagine the audacity. Remember, your story is that I'm kicking you the fuck out. Get out and lock arms and don't let him in. And paying you? Make it make sense, King.
Oh.
Either you're
This is where Katt is supposed to say to Willie D, why do you have an unnatural allegiance to losers?
smaller than I think, or I'm bigger. Either one. Like, you can't keep positioning the narrative, because that's all this is. This is so that in a conversation in America, there'll be something where he and I are evenly linked. And only people in his hometown are floating that narrative. I'm really him.
You don't believe that there's, under any circumstances, that you and Ali can come to a resolution, just be cool?
You've just talked to me. You know I don't have a bone in this.
Yeah.
I don't have a bone in this.
So if I got him on the phone, you talk to him?
I would have gave him the celebrity boxing match he asked for if I thought he was a celebrity.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, wow.
You a celebrity. Come on,
Sir,
Katt.
I'm not
Come on,
talking.
Katt.
I didn't mean that disparagingly.
Yeah.
I meant that in ticket sales, my nigga. Ticket sales. That's what I meant. I mean, I'm doing 7,000 in your hometown while you go do 300. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm talking statistics. I'm talking about the biggest and baddest thing going. And you, a person trying to get in, why would you be mad? It's
Someone please find me the video of Ali wanting a celebrity boxing match with Katt Williams. Please, somebody find this for me, please. Send it to my email right now.
It's ridiculous. I'm offended. I'm offended. Why? Because even if it's celebrity boxing, I need you to sell tickets too. I need you to sell these pay-per-view numbers, my nigga. I know I'm bringing it. It's more people that want to see me get laid out by you. And the fact that an upstanding and righteous gentleman like yourself is in that position with the only thing trying to be righteous in our lane is just more machinations of the devil. You should have a much better backstory when you pick me as an opponent.
What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all?
You know what, man?
Welcome.
I'm glad you at least, addressed it, because
when you talk to him and tell him what the truth is, he won't be able to refute it. I told you earlier, he doesn't know this. How could he know? It's okay for you to think that I'm that way, but there are 30,000 known comedians in America that you could have went to, and they would have told you, this is against my character. I am known for confronting my issue head up, be it Satan or his affiliates. I don't care if you 6'6", I don't care if it's 5 of you. I don't care if I'm guaranteed an L. I don't care if you put a gun in my face. I don't care about none of that. I care about doing the right thing as I see it in that moment. Yeah.
Apparently, Ali Siddiq went live about an hour ago to talk about these comments from Katt Williams. So let's go through some of these comments.
I'm sorry you caught me at a bad time, but since you asked me, I said I'd jump on because I'm still barely waking up. I'm not even camera ready. And
This ain't even about comedy.
yeah,
It's about
what happened is
I'm gonna give you a synopsis.
yeah, I got to be fair. To be fair,
It's a dude named Dancing Dave. That was celebrity boxing. Dancing Dave he took a fight on 2 weeks' notice against another celebrity boxer. They paid Dancing Dave $150,000. They paid the other one $250,000. It wasn't about no tickets. It's about the celebrities boxing. You only doing
man, how did you
3 minutes, 3 rounds.
in the first place?
I'm fucking up. Hold on.
What's up with y'all? What's up with
You only doing 3 rounds, 1 minute. So the tickets are gonna be sold anyway.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying when you make your point in that manner.
In a thing that I bring my own people. I don't know why he was there. I paid him because he just showed up. But I was there for 2 days. I performed both days. The first night I performed in front of Ashima Franklin. The next night I performed after Ashima Franklin. It's just that simple. And I wish I was a sentimental nigga who would hold pictures and all that. But all this can be confirmed with Alex Thomas and mostly everybody who was rational that was there. They're like, no, it's no way for this nigga not to say he don't know this nigga because he's been in a vehicle with this nigga voluntarily. I'm riding with Ali to the hotel.
Right.
And then the other part is this. How do you write a nigga a check that you don't know his name? So in your business of comedy, that you know comedy, so you have went to places and random comics just showed up and people paid them because they showed up and they wanted to perform. He wanted to perform. I felt bad he didn't get a chance to, so I paid this nigga for 2 days.
That's kind of how he is.
I knew you were gonna say it. Hey man, if you watch this, brother. If you look up his network, you Google that nigga's network and you Google mine. We $500,000 on point.
No.
So why would this nigga give me 15? Why would this nigga give me a random ass? He just walk up and get $1,500 for one performance.
Damn.
I didn't cash the check. I gave the money back. I put the nigga check up. I jumped in my fucking truck. And nobody in Houston is going, the 7,000 fuckers that was there, nobody's going to believe this shit. They gonna be like, wait a minute.
No, what I was going to comment on when you said, I was going to say that, it's only because that was my experience. Like one time, right? I'm running a little room at this club called the Family Room on Main Street, right?
Shut up.
On Thursday.
Shut up.
The girl, I put on
Shut up.
40.
I've been to LA before. I know it's always comics week.
what happened is at that time, since I was a new comic, I didn't really have people showing up to my show trying to get on. I've seen Katt come in, and I've seen him pay comedians. He's done that for me, and I've seen him give other comedians money. That's the only thing I'm saying. Because, you know, man, I don't know what your experience.
With this naked guy on the bottom, please stop talking.
So this is the thing. One, bro, this is weird to me. And I
Yes.
How long you been doing stand-up?
Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to. We're investigating in real time. I'm just confused. God damn it. I'll be honest with you. I hate nigga business like this. Altercation, all of a sudden now motherfuckers want to fight you. This is why I tell you guys so often, ignore all of the bullshit. Even for Katt Williams to get up on this platform and to be questioned regarding all of this bullshit takes away from his professionalism, takes away from his brand, takes away from all of this other shit. It takes away so fucking much. Takes away so fucking much because while he's worried and giving airtime to shit like this, which is not making him any money, he's not out being creative. He's not out creating new comedy acts. He's not out putting other people on. He's not doing the things that provide value in life. Instead, he has to make time to combat someone asking for a celebrity boxing match that a guy with a larger platform asked him a question about. And now they're going into a 15-minute conversation, which is no value for each of them. Why the fuck would Katt Williams want a celebrity boxing match? This gentleman. Why? Let's keep going.
For us, like with the movie thing. Like, I know I'm skipping over the comedy, but how did you get on with the movie thing? Like, specifically, I want to know about Money Mike. I want to know how you got that role.
Right. So here's the whole thing. Liars always come up with terrible lies. So Ricky Smiley says, yeah, you know, Katt was supposed to play the Santa Claus and I was supposed to play the pimp. Liars always have ridiculous narratives. Nobody in America can imagine that a real movie studio would cast 5'5", 145-pound Katt Williams as a fucking Santa Claus, number one. Number two, Ricky Smiley was finna play a pimp. Really? Ricky Smiley has played a woman more times than Ricky Smiley has played a man. He's played Bernice Jenkins 5 times. I got it in my contract that I don't work with Ricky Smiley unless he's playing Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Get out of here, man. That's in your contract for real?
I make my contracts, sir.
Oh,
when you're the master of your masters, everything else is subservient. That's why we have control. That's why we're hated, because there's something to hate. But anyway, so Money Mike, this is my first audition, not just my first movie. It's my first audition. The reason it was so great is because they allowed me to do what I wanted to do, and I needed to do things. So I needed to pick the wardrobe for the character. So Money Mike's wardrobe was impeccable because I designed it, and they made it so. I picked out the car, the color of the car. They had a guy playing a pimp. I need this to be an actual pimp. We need Bishop Magic Don Juan. Everything I had to do, me and KD Albert, who played Donna, and Terry Crews, it was all of our first project, and my job was to make sure that we came off as if we were seasoned actors. And so I put everything I had into that movie, to the point where in the script, Money Mike is raped in the bathroom. Katt Williams changed that. Why? Because there's no way. What do you mean, Katt? There's no way. What are you saying? I'm saying in a place that small, I'm not rapeable. I don't care what has to happen.
It's not happening.
That's what will happen. And so that's how it changed and became a great movie. And just the thought process that maybe Ricky Smiley was going to do that, it is laughable. But yeah, that was...
What I love about what he's saying is that Katt knows that his role on screen will still be tied to him as a human being, as a person, which is why he comes out so many of these Hollywood or Hollyweird stars for dressing up like women. You can't disambiguate, or you can't separate rather what you're doing up on screen and just say, well, I was just doing that just to put money on the table to feed my family. No, you sold your goddamn soul. You sold your goddamn soul to emasculate yourself, to appeal to what other people think is funny about you and your manhood. I won't ever do that. Just why he rewrote the part about being ard in the bathroom. And similarly, on the female side, how many of these women get up in here? The first one that popped in my head was like Megan Good, who, shout out to Jonathan Majors, who took on a role while she was married to a Christian husband, took on a role where she was like eating ass. What? Oh, because you just want to go on screen and be a good actress. Oh, no. Or is that a part of your soul? Because you sold out.
That was going to be my only movie. So I had to do everything that I could do to make sure that it went the way I needed it to. And I've done that in every one of the 60 movie roles that I've done and the 50 network television roles.
Man, I'm glad you stood on that, man, because it's a lot of people who
stood
would
on
not
business.
Have. People get blinded by that bread, man, or that opportunity. And for you to stand on that says a lot. Because I know Terry Crews would have probably enjoyed it, you know, in real life.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Wow. Wow.
Now, how did you get this this knack for comedy in the first place? Like you had a pretty tumultuous childhood. Like, how do you pivot from that and get into comedy?
I didn't find it to be tumultuous.
So at the time, you was living it. You like, you didn't see it.
Yeah,
like
this is
that.
not tumultuous.
Okay.
But your question was, how did
you find comedy?
A lot of times you have the true appreciation for something when you're not trying to do it. You just like it. So that's the relationship that I had with music, and it was the relationship that I had with comedy. So musically, I could listen to Pearl Jam and the Ghetto Boys. Like, I could listen to 9 Inch Nails, and I could listen to Prince, and I could do that. And comedically, I found that I could do that too. It didn't matter what the comedy person looked like, or how they were built or where they were from. If they were funny, I was going to be able to tell. So I understood that Don Knotts was out there working his ass off as Barney Fife. I understood he wasn't doing the same job as the rest of them. I understood that laughter is an emotion, and anytime you can tap an emotion, that's very powerful, regardless of what emotion you're tapping.
When you're tapping these emotions, before you deliver the joke, are you cognizant of what it's going to take to, like, deliver that joke? Like, are you already knowing that, I know for a fact, I don't have to practice this, they're going to be with this right here. When I say this, oh, I'm going to get them.
I'm sorry. I gotta... He had me thinking about that Terry Crews comment. Jesus Christ, Terry, what are you doing? Terry! Play TikTok. Technical difficulties. Hold on, give me a second.
The year is 2023, and America's future president has traveled back in time for a life-saving public service announcement.
It's President Dwayne Elizondo, Mountain Dew, Herbert Camacho, come here to get my checked out.
Today, we dive deep into President Camacho, very deep.
We dive deep into President Camacho, very deep. What the fuck? Like, Yo, the innuendos that they think about in Hollywood in order to try to emasculate you as a man is so crazy. But it's just so crazy that men are still signing up to do this dumb shit. Why are you doing this? Like the dude with rock side, like.
This is Inside President Camacho.
Bring that doctor in here. Hey, doctor, you the guy.
You comfortable?
I'm comfortable, man. I came from the future to get the best care now so that I can live forever.
Well, there's these polyps that could grow inside your colon.
Of course, it's butt jokes, it's anus jokes, it's, colon jokes, it's things going up your ass jokes. Do you guys see a fucking trend? Do you see the fucking trend? Are y'all paying attention? They slip it in, pause, subtle goddamn ways. They've been doing it for decades. But then y'all are surprised when there's articles that speak about a lost society of men. Because they've been emasculating men for decades. Through your favorite fucking entertainers.
And can become a colon cancer. So what we want to do is
I can't watch this no
early,
more. My bad.
remove.
I can't. I was wondering what Willie D was referring to, and I think now I have a better idea. All right, let's go back in there.
As a comedian, I have the best fan base in the world, like documented.
You do.
The slight amount of advertisement that they allowed me to do, and the fact that in a place as glorious as Houston, they pack the arena to the rafters, is based upon the fact that I, in 1995, started a conversation with a fan base which was maybe 5 people. And through this entire time, I've kept up the same conversation with the same people as they grow. And I'm letting you see me win. I'm letting you see me lose. I'm never allowing the product to be affected by what's going on, because this is the greatest relationship here. So, consequently, bam, they know some things when I come to town. They know I'm finna bring the baddest comedians with me. That's who's gonna be opening up. They know this all over the country. And then they know that whatever it is Katt's gonna talk about for an hour, they know he did not talk about this the last time he was here. They know
Man,
that.
how in the hell do comedians get away with that anyway? Because I'm not going to see the same comedian tell the same jokes, 100 times in a row.
You
Like,
let
some of these guys are
you let a
still-
rapper rap the same songs, though. And you let a singer sing the same songs, the classics, and you'll allow that. And so
Yeah, but funny is supposed to be spontaneous. So that's the difference.
What are you talking about, Willie?
Well, understand that comedy has its roots long before social media. So before social media, you might have heard that this comedian is funny, right? And somebody might have told you what he said, but it didn't sound that funny to you. They just told you what he said. But when you see him in person, oh, he's hilarious. And so comedy always had a cycle where you showed the whole circuit your body of work. It's just comedians had gotten so lazy that they were doing one great set that they had on Comic View or Def Jam, and they were touring that for 15 years without changing it. And so we made it a part of our effort to push the fact that you should be writing new material and shaming the community into it by just, I'm going to keep putting out these specials and it's new material. How long are you going to continue to tell these jokes? Because in a minute, the audience is going to be like, no, they got to say something new. And eventually the audience did do that. And
Well, some audiences show up and they want you to say the old joke. They demand that you tell the old joke.
I don't have not one of those people in my fan base because they know better. They know that I would never let you pay me so you can hear some shit I already said. I respect you too much for that. What you gonna get from me is brand new. This is new.
Right now you have 12 comedy specials.
Okay.
Is there a magic number in mind, or you just want to just keep running to make sure you got the all-time number and that's secure for? Are you already at the top? You got more.
I'm in no way. I'm in no way counting numbers.
You've done.
I'm saying if 12 is the most, if 12 was the most, there's not a number because I'm not putting a number to it. But I've been special that many times for an hour.
17 tours, 100 cities. That is a lot of work. That's enough work for a few lifetimes. Most comedians won't even get 100 cities. Well, most comedians ain't gonna do that one time. You're like, and how do you continue to come up with this new material? Because you do new material every single time you show up. That's crazy.
It's a new show every single time I show up.
Man, that is crazy. I'm a comedy connoisseur. I follow comedy. Most of the comics that are the top dogs right now, as far as like in some of our heroes in comedy, I was there when they were like working on their first jokes. Yeah. I was watching them and supporting them way back then. But that is a tough feat to be able to do something like that. And I think that the reason why...
Not in 24 years.
Yeah. I think the reason why people like you is so much, what you do is you resonate with them so much is like what you just said. You show them the good and the bad side of you, but also you're talented. You're very talented, but at the same time you do show the good and the bad. And it's something appealing about being transparent.
It's authenticity.
Oh, not just to an extent, to the utmost. As soon as you, as a person, decide that you're not gonna lie anymore, and that whatever problem that you have, you're gonna deal with that problem right then where it presents itself, it'll show you a whole new side of you. It's very important. It's very important when you lie and allow lies. For some people, it's just, I'm just a little delusional. No, it's dangerous for you to do that to yourself. It's very unnecessary for you to.
You was on this radio station in Atlanta, and this host made a joke about you, and you killed a man for I don't know how long that was, but man, I was like, time out, call the police, something, stop this slaughter, man. You was like, you really did a bad, and you didn't, I don't think you cursed one time.
I was just going to say, be very careful when you say how badly I did her, because I never called her out of her name.
But that's what I'm saying.
I was very composed.
That's my point.
But let me explain it. Let me give you the exclusive.
No, let me make the point. Okay. You're one of the few, only you and Bruce I've ever seen do that before. Destroy
with no
a heckler or someone that was challenging you or whatever. Destroy them for several minutes. Bruce killed this chick for about, I don't know, man, about 25, 30 minutes one night in Houston, and I never seen anybody else do that but you. 25, just back-to-back, gut-busting, same person, no cuss words.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before, so how were you able to maintain your composure for that long?
Prime example of how not to conduct some of these interviews. Let the damn interviewee talk. I have an exclusive for you. No. Let me talk over you first. What? Why?
Well, a very interesting thing happens when you try to trap something that's bigger than your trap. So imagine you set out a trap for a turtle and a rhinoceros steps into it. It's finna be a whole different situation now. So
Catch the rhino.
This lady behind the scenes
doesn't like him.
Is begging me to come into this interview that I've not scheduled, that I don't want to do, that I'm not dressed for, that nobody's called me about. She just wants it. To the point where she says, Katt, come on, you just want to end for the city. I just want to give you your flowers. Well, I won't talk about kids. I won't talk about no jail. I won't talk about... This is the conversation she has with me, and then goes in that room and doesn't mention the Emmy, and immediately begins to... Because this is a comedian. You're trying to undermine me. Atlanta is a heavily LGBTQ plus positive city. And the fact that you having a heavy gay fan base would try to degrade me, a heterosexual, by making it seem like I'm gay. Gay people don't feel that way about me. Why would you? So it was a terrible thing that she found herself in. And comedically, you're outmatched. My defense is impenetrable. My offense will have the precise amount of viciousness that's necessary. If that means
it's
no
called
cussing,
talent.
that's fine. I don't want to talk to you and hurt heavy-set women's feelings or dark-skinned women's feelings or women who wear wigs' feelings. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm bantering with you because you keep acting like you're qualified to do that. Yeah. So, it was a setup. I'm always going to prevail if I'm being set up.
You think Buddy was in on it, her co-host? You think he was in on that? He didn't appear to be in on it.
No, because here's the whole thing. He kept trying to get
somewhere else
her to pull the plug on this, and she
kept going.
Kept not.
Mm-hmm.
So, She didn't understand even after we cut. She didn't understand what had happened. She still thought that she had been victorious, and yeah.
And then she tried to play the victim.
No, she played the victim. Her husband was willing to kill one of the greatest comedians to... Yeah, I'm saying... And remember, all of this has to happen. I have to allow it to happen. I have to also... preserve my life, and then after I do all of that, then I have to not press charges on you to these police as if a crime has not been committed upon me.
A pimp named Slickback. Ah, man.
Thank you for saying the whole thing.
Look, man.
Like a Tribe Called
Yeah, you got to say the whole thing.
That is correct.
A pimp named Slickback.
Yes.
Man, that is one of the most iconic.
Just reflecting on that situation again, similar to the Ali Siddiq situation, similar to this Wanda Smith conversation, right? Like, there's once you make it to a certain level, there's only a certain level of professionalism that you should have to put yourself in front of. He was going to a radio station based off of what he describes as her begging. The conversation went sideways because of the questions that she put upon him, right? And because of that, had to deal with her husband, which is not acting logically, come to the comedy show later that night and pull a gun out on him, willing to kill one of the greatest comedians that have ever lived, based off of her remarks. and then his responses to her setup. So crazy to me. The lesson in that, as you grow, be very mindful with who you surround yourself with. Let's keep going.
Iconic roles in television history. How did that come about?
Dumb people love dumb people, and geniuses try to find people that are on their mental platitude. So Aaron McGruder is one of the finest black writers that we've had.
Yes.
And the fact that he started his journey in the real trenches, writing for newspapers and getting syndicated across the country before he ever came to the next platform is what made him so formidable. So it was a joy to be able to work with him. Just like, you know, when I do work with Donald Glover, you know, we get the Emmy. Like, it's because you're dealing with compatible wavelengths. Like Donald Glover told me, Katt, here's a script. You know, if you do this role right, you'll win an Emmy for it. I said, that's the only way I know to do it is right. And won the Emmy.
Well, I know there's a lot of advantages to doing what you do in the entertainment industry, but what's like the biggest thing that you can't stand about this industry?
Nothing. I like it.
Shit, I don't know who you think you're talking to.
I like it.
Now you now let's.
I love my op as myself.
Yeah.
I think it's great. On our side of things, it's flourishing. It's never been better. All the people on our side are seeing that prayers do work and that you really have control of your mind more than you think you do. And if you could somehow possibly stop thinking the way you do and think another way, it might help you. And you'll know right away if it does. That's the benefit, is each one of these days you're getting could really be the one.
What's one of the wildest things that has happened to you or you've seen happen in your time in this entertainment space?
Yeah, sorry, Vlad. I ain't seen nothing.
Did he call Willie D Vlad?
Yeah, sorry, Vlad. I ain't seen nothing. I collect the footage, but I haven't seen anything.
You were doing so good, man. I mean, you was just doing so good, and then all of a sudden you just decided.
Well, no, here's the thing.
Oh, shit.
What you asked was, you said, hey, Wolf, what do you hate about the sheep? Nothing.
Oh, shit.
Nothing. I feel good. I feel like we're in a good position. Everything's going to be fine. Let's go, Coach Prime.
Yeah. What do you think about
We
Coach
coming.
Prime? What's up with Coach Prime? You have you been out there yet, Colorado?
No, I've supported from afar.
Yeah.
I'm saying anytime a great individual, regardless of what he does, finds something that he can be great in, like, that's going to work. Like, he is a motivating factor and an asset to it. He always has been since the Jerry Curl days. Those are the leaders of men that we discussed earlier. An eternal optimist, someone that's clever and about books and hard work and discipline. You know, as a black person, we should be so lucky as to have, you know, a black coach like that. And as a non-black person, what a great job.
Man, you know, you just describe yourself, except the coach part. I mean, then I take that back. You are a coach in your own right.
And you as
Yeah.
well. That's the whole thing. Like, these compliments are all shared by all of us who receive them. Like, that's what it's got to be. If you any reflection of me, then that's what it is. That's why in the good book it say, made in God's image. It don't mean you're always going to do that, but it means there's the possibility that you could mirror that.
Yeah. Do you have adopted children?
7.
I'm an empty nester. I have no children at this point. Glory and hallelujah. No, everybody's grown. Yeah, but yeah, I got grandbabies.
You got grandbabies? Okay.
Yeah.
How many?
4.
4. Nice.
All girls.
Oh, yeah.
See? That's how you know he's been doing something right.
What are the ages?
Of what?
The girls.
What did he just say?
How you know he's been doing something right.
What?
Yeah.
How many?
4.
4. Nice.
All girls.
Oh, yeah.
See? That's how you know he's been doing something right.
What?
This interview was falling apart. I think Katt is concluding that he no longer likes Willie D, and that he made a mistake by getting interviewed by Willie D. From the comment regarding Vlad, the weird, awkward start to this whole interview, getting the city wrong, asking questions about the arrests, which, you know, that's Willie D's prerogative, to be able to ask these different questions, all the way up to this. He finally asked a question that probably took a bit of research, because I didn't know that he had as many adopted children, and he said, he's doing something right, in reference to Willie D asking him a question about his life that seems to be but somewhat accurate. Holy moly. I also wanted to guys, I'm gonna go over the super chats at the end of the show. One of the super chats asks, rate his interviewing skills, and I say I give these I want to say a 2 out of 10, maybe a 1.5 out of 10. But again, it's like what you're trying to ask me to do is like rate a battle rapper who prepares his raps versus the guy off the street who just goes in there and starts freestyling. What I'm seeing here is they're going here and they're starting to freestyle. And I'm anchoring that rating in from what we just saw in the Shannon Sharp interview. The Shannon Sharp one was more of the battle rapper, prepared lines, research, probably has writers, production people, script people. He's doing his own research. You see what I'm saying? So there's like a different level of preparedness, which comes across in the content itself. So I think like a 1.5 out of 2. But there's room for improvement. I would assume so. He's got a whole platform with a bunch of, I believe, a couple million subscribers. And this interview was over 1 million views in 9 hours after being posted. So I think there's a little bit to be desired. You know, that's not a personal knock at Willie D, but I do think that this seems he's chilling, right? Like if I had, you know, if I was interviewing people, I wouldn't be chilling to this degree. But you can see Katt's disposition at the end of this conversation, and Katt doesn't seem to be jiving with him, and he's throwing little pot shots at the end. I can tell you who I want to see interview Katt Williams, either Joe Rogan. I'd love to see a Joe Rogan Katt Williams interview, or Charleston White. I said this once, I say it again. You get Charleston White and Katt Williams in a room. Oh, content for days. Who can make that happen? Guys, do me a favor, hit on the like button as well. Let's finish this up.
What are the ages?
Of what?
The girls.
The grandbabies?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a 6, 2 4s, 11 months, and 2.
That's 5.
Yeah. I realized it as you said it. I didn't know how to change the story. Okay, so I got 5 grandkids.
Wait, what do they call you?
I got 5 daughters. I can't get anybody to call me anything that I ask for. They've already made a decision, and that's what they call me. There's nothing I can do about it, and I'm not going to say what it is. It sounds like stop or something. I don't know.
Right. Well, man, we appreciate you coming on the show, man.
I appreciate you having me. You're an icon and a legend yourself, and just the fact that you would spend time interviewing others is magnificent. And nobody asks worse questions. You have the worst questions in all of interviewing, and you can count on it. Nobody's gonna mimic your questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an honor. Thank you.
Yo, Katt shitted on him like that towards the end.
You have the worst
Goddamn.
questions in all of interviewing, and you can count on it. Nobody's gonna mimic your questions. So yeah, it's an honor. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
Nobody asks worse questions. You have.
Hold up. We gotta get this.
It sounds like stop or something.
Listen, listen, if this is the end of your interview and you look like you about to go to sleep, that means that this man said, "Yep, let's just book Katt Williams. Let me get up out of bed. Let's turn these lights on and shit. Hey guys, let's get in here. Let's conduct this interview. I don't give a shit. This is wild to me. This is wild. To me, this is a blown opportunity, and I think that the interview was bad in a sense that the only reason why it's being released right now is because Katt is currently going viral. But besides that, why else would they hold this interview for months?
Right. Well, man, we appreciate you coming on the show, man.
I appreciate you having me. You're an icon and a legend yourself, and just the fact that you would spend time interviewing others is magnificent. And nobody asks worse questions. You have the worst questions in all of interviewing, and you can count on it. Nobody's gonna mimic your questions. So yeah, it's an honor. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
How you disrespect somebody and respect somebody at the same time. Hold up. Let's look at the body language. I'm actually surprised. It looks like Katt Williams broke eye contact as he was saying that, as if he was a little bit wearisome about saying that to...
Worst questions.
Look at it. He looks down.
You have the worst questions in
Throughout
all
the whole
of
thing.
interviewing, and you can count on it. Nobody's going to mimic your questions. So yeah, it's an honor. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Katt Williams.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No more talk.
Okay. So I'm going to go through the super chats real quick, and I kind of wanted to watch that Wanda Smith shit one more time. And then I'm going to go get myself some din-din. All right, let me go through some of the super chats right now. Shout out to JHMG with a $5 super chat. I believe this was before Shannon's interview before. Appreciate that. KT with a $5 super chat. Word on the street, this is pre-Shannon's interview. TB, Scarface was definitely the brains of the operation. KT says, damn, could have realized before I hit send. De Regalo, Des Uno, sign up for channel membership. Yay. Do I have a clap? No. Shout out to Marlon Brimmer with the $5 super chat. Said he was a child prodigy, 3,000 books a month at 7, millionaire at 18. Just because you say something doesn't make you a truth teller. Just a host of BS. Montreal, new subscriber here. Love your content. Shout out, brother. Welcome to the MT Army. All right. This interview, shout out to Duralgo again. There's Uno. This interview feels like promo fi is confusing. Shout out to Macabella, $5 super chat. Like the stream, is free. Word, hit on the like button for you guys. Get out of here. All right, shout out to Forrest20, $2 super chat. Ali has a special on YouTube, Domino Effect. Okay, let me look that up. YouTube.com. Ali Domino Effect. Ali Domino. Oh, shit, 11 million views a year ago. Oh, this boy get numbers.
Houston, are you ready?
Hold on, let me bring this up on the screen real quick. It's called The Domino Effect. 11 million views posted 1 year ago. Almost 15,000 comments. Let's take a look. Okay. This is posted to his own YouTube channel. Looks like on his channel, he's got 8.8 million views over the last 30 days and 32,000 subs. So this young brother is buzzing. I got to take a look some more at his content, even though I didn't like the way he presented himself on that interview with Willie D. This man is brilliant. Been a fan since his Mexican Got Boots. I love both the Domino Effect specials. 10 out of 10. I'm in the hospital and felt so depressed, but instead of had me laughing so hard uncontrollably. Better than a lot of those other comedians. Okay. Interesting. Appreciate that. Bit of context. Let me finish out these super chats. Shout out Donnell Shipley Facts. Cash should say this interview. Donnell Shipley. Schmark Get Tech Man with $5 super chat. MTR rate with Willie D's interview skills. Let me just refresh, see if there's any more. Usually I just lose out on all of the super chats, but I figured out how to get them all back. Okay, that's the last one. All right, now to finish this all up, I wanted to watch this Wanda Smith shit one more time. Wanda Smith, Katt Williams. Because it's such a classic. Katt Williams roast Wanda Smith 5 years ago. All right, let's get into this one.
Red Grant!
How many kids you got, Wanda?
I have 3 boys.
Excellent.
Yes, I do.
Aren't boys simple? Aren't boys simple?
They can be. They can be.
Yeah. Wanda knows she.
I'm what?
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that you didn't.
Well, that's all right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Your boys say, yeah.
They like for me to. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli and they love my baked chicken.
Hey, right now, look up your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli, and tell me he doesn't say heat up water. Is that the only step in broccoli? Heat up water. Simmer. Have you ever heard of burned broccoli? Can you burn broccoli? You can't burn it because it's made in a pot of water.
You don't know nothing about.
You know what her second meal they love from her?
Yo, broccoli emojis down into the chat. Chat, come through right now. Broccoli emojis down into the chat. Chat, I want to see nothing but green broccoli emojis. You understand me? What did Katt say? This was setting a turtle trap. What did he say, for a rhinoceros? For a rhino? She set that trap and stepped up in it. Let me see the broccoli emojis down into the chat. I want to see nothing but broccoli. Y'all didn't even know there was a broccoli emoji. Hello. Broccoli emojis down into the chat. All right, now listen. Pause, chat. Pause. Corn emojis down into the chat. Corn. No more broccoli. I want to see nothing but green and yellow now. Corn emojis down into the chat. With some Zatarans.
Do with corn. I like to dig it out that can and I put it in there. And then I get a can of water and I put it on there. And then I get some Zatarans. They don't expect that. I sprinkle Zatarans.
Brock, corn emojis down into the chat. No more broccoli. Chat, get it popping. Corn emojis down into the building. Let's go.
What I do with corn. I like to dig it out that can and I put it in there. And then I get a can of water and I put it on there. And then I get some Zatarans. They don't expect that. I sprinkle
Zatarans.
Classic.
Whatever.
Yes, ma'am. You good at heating stuff up.
You're good at telling us about what's going on in jail.
Oh. Yes, ma'am, and getting out to tell you. But I'm going to tell you at an arena named Phillips, and you going to tell me at the Atlanta Comedy Theater.
That's right, true.
Tomorrow, be there.
All right.
Red Grant show, I know Red I'll Grant. Be there. Don't miss it.
Red Grant, Katt Williams, thank y'all for coming through, man.
Yes.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you.
So Frank Ski is trying to end the show right here.
For coming in.
I see why people come to Wanda's show.
Yeah.
Because Frank Ski puts
it down.
Get on out of here with your crazy ass.
Is he crazy?
And help me get to the salon. All right, it's the People Station Viewer 3. Your hair is...
She trying to get the last word. It could have ended
My
right
hair is
there.
19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't.
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Come here.
While you on air,
come
so
on.
they can hear you live.
Come on. Let me come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry, ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have to. I don't want them to. Get on out of here. You okay? You okay? Are you all right?
Only one of our hands moving while we talk.
Are you all right this morning? Are you okay this
Red
morning?
Grant, Atlanta Comedy.
Tell Wanda to take off them headphones and that wig.
And make
They
sure
come as a
wig and the
package.
headphones
and
come
take off
together.
them old ass clothes you got on. How about that? Yeah, they're old.
Versace, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It
She
says
said,
Versace.
I want to apologize to the people at Versace Collection. This is your 2019 summer line that hasn't come out.
But you had to open it up and show us it was Versace. I wanted to.
No, I didn't have to open it up. These people are on radio. They can't see anything.
Yeah, but you opened it up so we could see it.
Yes,
We see
ma'am.
it. What happened?
It's Versace, baby. She said, yeah, but you had to open it up so we could. What? It's a suit, mama. Oh, golly.
Happy
whatever
for you.
stories for the Black
Apologize
Lane
to
Bryant.
Versace.
That's right. That's right. Very proud.
What, a Versace suit gonna show Versace right on the lapel? Setting a turtle trap for a rhinoceros. Hello.
Okay, let's
Very
play some
proud.
music real quick if we can. We going to a break
Wanda.
real quick?
Very
All right, cool. We go
Put
to a
up
break.
the white flag, Wanda.
Yeah.
I gotta get a white flag now.
Shout out.
They don't
to
remember
you.
me for wilding out, right? I'm not the right one to Jones on.
Get this inmate out of here.
If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me down.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600,
Whatever, little mama.
I'm Lil Mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, girl.
And what are you, girl?
Big mama.
You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
yes,
big
ma'am.
in prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah. You
big on the
Prison
radio.
and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay,
No.
Calm
No.
down. Calm down.
Only one of us has $12
Calm
worth
down.
of jewelry on. No,
No, $12.
No. That all is available.
$12,
If you
$12.
want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to
go
Sitgo.
Shay.
White flags down into the chat. Come on, I want to see nothing but white flags. Wanda, white flag, give up. This is one of them school fights where the one guy's a bruiser and all he's just doing, he's just body shots. Just not stopping, just straight body shots. Oh God, teacher looking, oh God, make it stop. Make it stop. White flags down into the chat, please. Please, Katt, let up off of her. Let up off of her. Damn.
Go
Or
Shay,
a quick
come
trip
get
at
Miss
any
Cat.
point.
Come get
If you
Miss
buy
Cat.
2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you come on down?
Yo,
Yes,
Rick Grant's
thank you.
laugh is the best thing
Go
about
The
it.
Shay,
show
please
starts
come
at
get
9.
her.
Wanda gets to the stage at 9:17. Please come on down.
Go Shay, please come get Miss Cat and do her hair.
She's almost out of breath. Be careful now. Even on the radio, you can hear the fact that exercise has crept into her vocabulary.
Hurry up, little mama. We're done.
You already used that one. Don't repeat your
and
jokes,
I'm
Fresh
looking at it
Comic.
again.
All right, go ahead. We'll go to break.
Oh, he is
Ass out.
killing her. Oh my God. All right, everybody put rhinoceroses down into the chat for the last emoji. I put the rhinos. I want to see nothing but gray rhinos. Y'all didn't even know there was the rhino emoji. It never existed before today. Rhinoceroses down into the chat. Let me read these super chats. Hi, MTR. I'm one of your 23 women that loves watching your channel. Keep up the great job. Shout out to Abba's Child. I appreciate the $5 super chat, mama. Abba's Child, I better see the rhinos down into the chat right now. Rhinos, nothing but gray. Shout out to DT with the $20 super chat. Wanda got waxed. Who would try to roast with Katt? Listen, this certain. I got friends in my life where I wouldn't even want to get in a roast battle with them. Okay, I want no problems with that. Like it's just they'll ham you up in a corner, and it's just like there's nothing that you can do. The entire block is laughing at you, and it's just like you just know in certain situations, don't even try to come at them because when they, I'm like the least funniest out of all my friends. I got some of my friends hilarious, just straight up comedians, and if you start with them. Oh God, it's the worst. Put a 1 down into the chat if you got a friend that's an immaculate roaster. Put a 1 down. Put a 1 down into the chat if you know what it is that I'm talking about, and put them rhinos down up in there. Let me see ones and rhinos. Let me see something. Shout out to all 3,300 people that's in the building right here, guys. Do me a favor, hit on the like button. We should be way over 3,000 likes in the building. All right, before we get up out of here. Word, look at all them ones. Look at all them ones coming. I'm that friend. Listen, you incredible roasters. Like, y'all creativity is just on a whole nother level. Cause, bro, I got one friend in particular. I've been talking to him about getting him up here. Maybe we can all sit down and do a podcast. And he is so goddamn funny. I mean, the things that comes out of his mouth, the shit that he be talking about, it's just crazy to me. Like you never want to get in roasting battle with these types ever. All right, they make you look like a fool. Okay, they're usually ugly or short. Word, yeah. You know, they've had to hone their skills under years of pressure, and they're usually fantastic at it. And I'm talking about the ones where it's just like, they're not even bringing up shit that really, really hurts, but it's just, but it's shit like, it's not even shit that you're that insecure about. It's just shit that's just like, damn, I didn't even know that my shoes look like that. Thank you for bringing that up in front of everybody. Now I got to go throw these shoes away. Well, damn, I didn't even know my collar looks as bad as what you're calling out right now. Now I must go throw this shirt away. Those types of friends, like, every guy group, I don't even think women have groups of friends like this. Every guy group should have that one guy. If your guy friend group doesn't have that one guy, then you're not pressure tested. You understand me? I can be that guy, but I have friends that are way more of those people, right? And it's just curtains if you get them riled up. You understand me? Shout out to everybody that came through in the building here today. We here. MT Army, we here. We here, and we ain't gonna stop. 2024 in the building. I got so many dope things that's gonna be coming out. Conversations that I'm having with people, things that I'm creating on the back end. And it's gonna be an incredible year. 2023 is behind us. At the end of the day, we gotta ensure that 2024 is the best that we can ultimately make it. Shout out to Katt Williams, who is starting off the year right. When I think about what Katt Williams did on that Club Shay Shay interview, I think to myself, this is going to be the year of the truth. Oh, this is going to be the year of the truth and accountability. Started off the year correctly. Anyway, shout out to everybody that came down into the building. Hopefully you guys are with me on this ride going into 2024. Keep locked to the channel, keep subscribed, keep the alarm bell on, and stay tuned. Great content that's going to be coming out over the next several weeks to months. And so many great ideas, so many ways to do it in ways that I've not done it before. And I'm taking you guys along for the ride with me. Shout out to DT yet again with a $20 super chat. We all have the buff friend, the light-skinned Romeo, and the roaster. Word. Yo, that is so true. Damn, am I the light-skinned Romeo? I'm like a mixture between the light-skinned Romeo and the roaster. I can have a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm also I'm the athletic friend, but I'm not buff, but I'm strong as shit and has always been athletic. You know what I'm saying? But I'm built like a swimmer. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to take 25% of the buff friend and then the rest is light-skinned Romeo and the roaster. Know your role. Hello, shout out to DT for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to Instinctual Messages with a $10 super chat. As always, got to come through and show some love. Thanks for the love and what you do, MTR. Come on, show this man some love. I appreciate that. Listen, you guys came in here to There it is. There goes the horn right there. Shout out to Instinctual Messages with $10 super chat. Wholeheartedly appreciate you, my G. Yeah, we going to new places up in 2024. Absolutely. Anyway, guys, let me get out of here. I haven't ate dinner yet, and I got a lot I got to do tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart. Keep locked to the channel. We going to the moon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.